Hi, everybody. All right, I'm going to just channel Spirit and we'll see what Spirit has to share with us today, okay? So they're showing me instantly, it looks like, it looks like a coil, right? It's blue in color. It's thicker. The coil's thicker. It's like a bed spring, but much thicker. And is it going down into my head or is it coming up out of my head? I'm just watching it. Is it in connection with my head? There's a being here associated with it, and he's kind of like, oh, an energy being. He's not. Usually, when I see energy beings, they come from light or they have a darker reflection. Doesn't mean they're evil. He's kind of a grayish blue color, and it's just the form of a male face and body in the color of like a gray blue kind of color. I'm telling you, I just feel like, whoa, like an overwhelming feeling as I'm trying to describe this. He's really soft in his mannerisms. He really does have like a bluish gray color, but he goes from blue to gray to a really light color as well. And then like a really light gray. And he's somehow touching my cheek here, really gently. He has a really loving expression about him. I feel overwhelmed. Not necessarily by him, just something about what they're sharing with me is overwhelming, energetically overwhelming to me. I feel hyperactive and trying to be at peace and slow down so that I can take it all in, but I feel like I'm going faster than the wisdom. I can't seem to be energetically on his level because I feel so overwhelmed and he is so relaxed and patient. That's the way it feels. I'm trying to gather more wisdom. There is an energy shift, so he's helping me to relax. So I literally feel like I'm coming down in a way where I feel like I'm relaxing and being more patient. I even feel almost drowsy, like I could go to sleep. I do. I'm starting to get really sleepy. And to the degree that I am actually resting my head on his shoulder, like that. It's an instinctive reaction, and I just feel so like I want to fall asleep. This odd thing was like a cable, and he's detaching it from my head. That's what it's like. Some sort of energy barf when that happened. It's a really weird feeling that kind of just above my belly button. And there's some sort of gray energy explosion, like bubble pop that happened inside and outside of me. And it just feels like I want to puke. I just tell him I feel exhausted. I just feel so exhausted by everything. I'm so tired of these energy puke experiences. I'm so tired of feeling like I'm a ping pong ball. And I'm so tired that there's these massive energy shifts, but there's no true understanding of what is going on between the physical, this realm, and then other realms near this one. What we understand as human beings is very thin in comparison to what is expansively and energetically taking place on other planes associated with our Earth experience. And we feel them in these massive energy shifts. There's some sort of energy barf coming out of me. This is a reflection of a lot of people also right now experiencing real traumatizing energy shifts and feeling just too much, too overwhelmed, and just really tired of being in this body and this moment on this plane of reality, and just wanting to let go of the consciousness of the soul from the experience. They show me a sparkle. There's a flashing button, but it looks like a star right here on the side of the head. It's a beacon or indicator. It's like, please, I'm ready. Somebody, hello, I'm on hold or pause. It's like waiting for the receptionist to come back and say, okay, what can I do for you? And it's like, beam me to heaven, please, beam me to heaven. I'm waiting. Will somebody please take me off hold? I'm ready to go. That's kind of what this feels like. They show me a human being in a bag and then on a conveyor of hooks, lots of human beings in bags. It's disturbing. And what does it mean? Imagine being inside a massive factory, and you just have thousands and thousands of hooks with clear plastic bags and human beings in bags. It's kind of like you can actually go to pet stores and get like frozen rats to feed your snake or whatever. And it's like that. It's like human beings in mush pile bags, you know, and then on the hook, and the hook just one after the other just coming down. When will these human beings wake up and stop just allowing themselves to be on a conveyor belt of hooks, trapped inside of a bag, and this is good enough reality? They are showing me human beings with the seeds of inspiration that inspire them to open their eyes while inside these bags, and then open actually the sealed compartment and just coming out of the bags themselves, and then just jumping out of the bags onto the ground. They're saying human beings are doing this, but it's not happening. We're not all doing it at the same time. We're doing it at different times. There's an evilness about this. What does evil feel like? It's fucking evil. Is it, oh, good scary movie, why don't you put yourself in the scary movie and now you know what evil feels like? People don't seem to sense or feel evil, and numb to it. Not waking up to say there's something really effing wrong with this world. And it's time for it not to be this way, because you know what? I have all these memories of times when people just treated me like shit, and times when I just, time after time, why can't we just love each other? Are you loving others? Are you able to love yourself? How far can we take love? Because it's time for us to figure this out. And sometimes it's the ones that have been pooped on for years that are the ones that there's the majority of us that need to just say, you know what, if nobody else is going to do it, why don't we just do it? Why don't we just do it? How do we do it? They say there are energetic shifts that are helping this to just happen on its own time. Things just waking up on their own time. Seeds just sprouting the flowers on their own time. But for those that are waking up, it can be a real slap in the face on some of the ways that you discover the world feels, and the small way you feel trying to be a part of the healing component for a world in energetic disarray. I tell them, I say, when I think about the globe, it just feels so big and I feel so small. I mean, how am I going to help people in Africa? How am I going to help people in the Middle East? How am I going to help people in other countries? Like, I'm just one person, you know? How can we all help everybody else? How can we all be there for everybody? It's not just me. There are souls in every country across the globe that are also waking up, that are also having these same questions, that are also feeling things that don't make sense, that are also coming to a tune of awareness that an inspiration, it's time for things to shift. It's time for evil and grossness and putridness and energy barf experiences to be a thing of the past. They're showing me a turkey in a microwave. There's a feeling of heads blowing up, burning sensation. How do you take the turkey out of the microwave? There's something about this, because the turkey is also a reflection of human beings. I don't want that turkey to be in any microwave or oven. But yet we're okay having the turkey in the microwave. Like, no, turkey really doesn't go in a microwave. I'm telling you, this whole feeling, this whole thing, it's dark for me to experience. And it's making me feel emotional and aloof and angry and frustrated and upset and wanting to see things differently. That's part of the wisdom. They're wanting to create that reaction in me, because right now that I'm acknowledging that I'm getting emotional in a way that's making it very hard for me to just tolerate what they're saying to me. Whenever that happens in real life, in my physical experience, whenever I take notice of those emotional reactions, I instantly, you know what, it's time for me to actually just pause, regroup, accept that things are the way they are right now, and that this world is made up of more than just me. It's made up of many people, many souls, many versions and dynamics of energetic awareness. And I choose to see human beings as gods, each and every human being as a reflection of God, the totality. And I need every human being in order to have the balanced experience. And all human beings are aligned with the heavenly side of God's reflection. And it's not all about what is taking place with human beings. It's also about what is taking place in another realm of reflection attached to the human experience. What does that mean? It's spiritual, it's angelic, it's alien, it's dark, and it's light. And we as human beings, soul consciousness inside a body or however, are experiencing these massive energy shifts, and it's hard. It's very hard. So I'm pausing, I'm relaxing. I'm choosing to just accept the world is what it is right now, and choosing to trust that spirit has figured this thing out 100,000 trillion years ago, before this moment even happened. Like, they've already got it figured out. Even if it looks like a mess, it's already figured out. So either A, we have to trust that it's a brighter world, or B, you got to keep trusting that it's going to manifest into a brighter world. There is no other option in my mind. There is no other option. Other options some people believe in is we're just all going to blow up and die. That's not an option for me. That's just not even a thought in my mind that is even an option on the table. I get it sucks that bad, let's just blow it all up. But maybe it sucks that bad because we're not strong enough to just choose to love each other. How come we can't love each other? Why is that so hard? You know what I mean? Because the reality is we really can love each other. And the people that are watching this video right now are the people that can love other people. And so how does this video get into the hands of people who are starting to discover a world that just doesn't seem in balance? and that there's a brighter way towards everything. How can we start creating a chain link of loving hands connected to loving hands connected to loving hands that spread from one state to another state, from one country across the globe? How do we create the voice of love that is truly here, that seems drowned out by all the violence and chaos we get to read in the newspapers and find on our television? There's something to this, because if we would demand that media only share the good and the light and the beauty that is taking place across the globe, we would discover there's a lot more love in this world than we're allowed to believe. And if we can't believe there's love in this world, now we get to the option that doesn't exist, where it's just too terrible and it's just going to end in a chaotic, massive blow up of the planet. It's not going to end in that way, because in our hearts, in our depths, we know somewhere inside us that love is going to prevail and love will change everything. How do you change thousands of years of history still in connection with our now moment? You have to heal all of the past history. And that is a reflection of this now moment. So in the now, we feel past, present, and future. In the now, we feel all things. But you can ascend to a level where you can start feeding off of veins of love to help you prevail through the cleansing and purification of a lot of history of terror. Soul history of terror, planetary history of terror. Who knows what history on the other side of a veil of terror that we can feel in our bodies, because our DNAs are shifting as well. Our consciousness are shifting, we're evolving, and we're having a massive barf experience before the super love actually is experienced. And it sucks. So let's see. See what else. They really needed me to share that, is what they're telling me. We really need you to share that wisdom. People need to hear that wisdom. I tell them I don't quite enjoy seeing things that disturb me. And I don't feel that there's any value in choosing to see that as the reality. What's the value of choosing to see all the terror across the globe on the news? It's just more drama, more gossip, more, oh my God, that people just love to feed off of. So how is me sharing more of this disarray helping anybody see love? But they're telling me it's important that I talk about this. So it's like, come on, man. It's December. It's like the month where everybody needs to be excited about life, but yet it feels like a barfy experience. And I just like to feel happy, you know, because that just feels normal to me. So when I'm not happy, there's an energetic illness taking place. And what does that mean exactly? When I do spiritual healing work, I see this in other people, where and part of the wisdom that comes about these emotionally derailing, it could be a whole life experience of anxiety or depression or challenges of all different kinds, where we're in the physical making choices in the physical that are emotionally, mentally, and physically disturbing for our bodies. But the wisdom that actually comes is that the soul is going through a massive ascension experience, and part of the ascension experience is it's got to be broken before it can be rebuilt into something more immaculate. And so you'll see people having these real intense emotional rifts, going through these really intense self-realization experiences, almost intolerable, going through a life experience that has been really consistent and hard, and it's like, why me? It's part of the soul squeeze and transformation into something so much brighter, because this earth incarnation experience has been long. And just because, you know, you could have had incarnated here for thousands and thousands of years, all those incarnations are still a part of the now moment, are still a part of your dynamic. So how do you purify all of those? You go through the super squeeze of the icky, and then you go go through the breakdown and calamity of chaos, and then from chaos you're reborn into something more immaculate. They're wanting me to say that those souls that incarnate right now are actually the heroes that are paving a way for souls of love that aren't ready for the challenges. They're not ready for the energetic scary. They're not ready for that. They want to be a part of the earth experience. They want to be a part of the human consciousness and our unique and loving sides of, I mean, human beings are unique in the universe because our emotional spectrum is extraordinary. It's connected with so many layers of heaven and with hell. It gives you the opportunity to be whatever you want to be. But is it really a reality of freedom to be whatever you want to be? Freedom really keeps us locked into the experience of the lower level energetic reflections. So we're the souls that are helping get through the super squeeze of ascension, so that way we can get to the other side of the rainbow and allow other souls to come in and start having life experiences here that can be really happy. And we too can have life experiences here that we can actually rejoice in. In future incarnations, our children, our grandchildren, and so on and so forth can start having happier experiences. That's what they're wanting me to say. There's a reason why they do these things. There's a reason why they're always siphoning me into a certain direction of message or voice that is appropriate, and they want me to share some of these things. So that's what they're wanting me to talk about. As I'm speaking about this, I'm checking on that one entity and that odd sort of experience I was having. I mean, I felt sick. I felt energetically really pukey. And because of how sick I felt energetically, I just felt just exhausted as a human being. I mean, it was like my soul was just absolutely just so sick. And as a sick soul in a human body, now I have emotional difficulties, mental imbalances. I get physically ill. There's different reflections that take place when your soul is ascending. So I'm just still watching this entity because there's something more to this, this man being here. I'm just choosing patience. This whole time I've been speaking, this part of me has also been sleeping. I can still see that I'm sleeping. I'm starting to sleep it off and the pain off. It's literally like a pain. And I'm crying in my sleep. As this is happening, he shows me other cable cords connected to different locations in my back. And so he's releasing those for me and in my spinal column. And as those release, I still cry, and I cry even more because of some sort of relief I experience from this. Some part of me is screaming. It's like a spiritual screaming sensation, begging for this torture to be over. There are cables connected to my brain or inside my head. I am just in so much pain, and I'm crying profusely as I'm also in a state of sheer exhaustion and sleep. There's a disconnect from something, two sides pulled out and then again just evaporate into the nothingness. I'm puking quite a great deal. Energetic puke. I cry and ask, when will this hell be over? When will this hell ever be over? I'm starting to regather strength as I think about love. And I feel my heart beating again. And I start to recall the power that love has in waking us up and healing our bodies and our minds and our tears. And these experiences of being just some higher control over us. Love breaks everything. Love heals everything. Love. You know, it's amazing what a simple hug can do to completely heal our emotional imbalances. A simple hug. If human beings can just realize how powerful love is, and that love really does wash away all of the pain and the grit and the suffering, it suddenly influences a new energetic power across the globe. It suddenly influences demands. Love, like that, like love, scary love, but it's serious love, not violent love, but love that's so loud it goes across the globe. You know, when is love going to be the loudest freaking noise we ever hear? When is it love the loudest noise we ever hear? You know, it's like terror, chaos, violence. But when is it love that is going to be so much louder than all those other sounds? Love. So I can actually have these nice, warm, cozy journeys and not like the scary journeys. Come on now, spirit guys. It's like, it's December. It's like, let's get warm and cozy, but they're not going to do it. They're really wanting to emphasize these messages. They are wanting to share a gift with every human being who has watched this video. They're actually handing me a heart, and in this scene, I am handing this heart to you, which is me handing this heart to you, and to you, and to you, to everybody who watches this video. It's this beating heart that I also possess when all of these cords or cables are released from me, and my heart starts to wake up, and I start to feel what love feels like inside my heart. And when I start to feel what love feels like inside, now I have the ability or understanding or know-how of how to share love with others. Now I know how to give myself more to others and give more of myself to others. Human beings waking up to the love within their hearts and now inspired to share more love with others, to influence the powerful love voice that we hear rumbling across the globe because we all want it to be better. We all want it to be happier. We all want it to be warmer. We all want a better world for our kids. We don't want to see human beings in suffering. No, none of us want to see human beings in suffering. None of us want to see our family members going off to war and their bodies mangled and their emotions changed. And we don't want that because it's happening on all sides of a fence, you know? You get war here, you get terror on this side, you get terror on this side. And who's ever right? What does war ever solve? Just more need for war. War does not ever create peace. It just continues to influence more anger and suffering from all those who endure the experience. The only love is the sound that heals all things. Love is. And they say you have to, it's time for you to trust, is what they say. Trust, understand that all things are happening as they are meant to, and that everybody is in good hands. And that when your heart lights up with love, allow that love to inspire you, to inspire the love within others, to inspire others to feel touched by your heart so that their heart too can illuminate and then go on to touch other people's lives. Touch other people's lives with love and see how love spreads like wildfire. They say, the more this message continues about love, the less I feel associations to the terror that I had experienced. On the other side of the video, it may not sound all that scary, but for me, when I experience the energy of it, I feel what evil feels like. I feel what terror feels like, and it has a severe burning sensation to it, and it's gross. But not everybody can feel that. I feel it because I have a sensitivity to it, but some people are starting to develop sensitivities to it. It takes time and trust and perseverance and an understanding that you're loved, that we're all loved, and that we're all heroes for choosing to incarnate this time on earth, because human ascension is difficult. That's what they say. There is a clap sound, and then a birthday noise, and then confetti, and there's a smiling child here, and the child is looked at, and there's all kinds of people. We're just celebrating a birthday. And there's so much love and cheer in everybody's hearts. And this kid is made to feel like they're number one. They're really special on this day. It's their birthday. And there's all kinds of hugs coming to this child. And there's so much love. And the child is starting to grow in love, actually feel energy expanded, and feel so much love in their heart, and then beaming from their face and beaming from their body. And everybody that is there celebrating this child's birthday is also being blessed with the gift of love that is growing from this child's heart. So everybody is experiencing love, an energetic experience of love from each other, but really from this child. They're all loving the child, and the child is growing so humongous in love energetically that the love then is being returned like triple, in quantity to everybody who is there. Whether they know this is happening or not, this is what is happening. And it's lifting everybody's spirits. They're celebrating life. They're celebrating children. They're celebrating growth and development. They're celebrating love. They're celebrating generosity, gift giving. They're celebrating. They're wanting me to show this scene as human beings across the globe, celebrating each other, gift giving, holding each other, loving each other, and experiencing the gift of love that comes back in return when they expand another human being's heart so big that they can't help but not reciprocate the love. It's a big deal. They're showing me an alternative scene of planet Earth where this doesn't happen. And the skies are polluted, and the water is polluted, and the ground and the soils are acidic, and the rain is not healing, it's destroying, and human beings are freaking miserable. I mean, even their faces are sunken. They have there's no nutrients in their bodies. They're skin and bones. They have absolutely no energy, and they're just trying to make it to the end. And this generation is probably the very last generation of human beings on the planet. That's the other version. When will we decide that it's time to celebrate each other? If we do not decide to start celebrating each other, then we will just wait for the final incarnation and generation of human beings on this planet. There will be nothing left but death. And it will not be enjoyable. It will be explicitly full of suffering. They're showing me these two realities are like marbles, and we have 3 cups, and now we're switching the marble, we're switching it around. Which cup do you choose? That's kind of what it's like. I say, well, I could choose nothing. I could choose degradation, or I could choose celebration. Say, how many human beings always choose nothing? And then how many human beings choose degradation? And then how many human beings choose celebration? They say it may seem like you choose by chance, but no, your soul actually knows quite well what it wants, what it believes in, as it is associated with the human body. How do you influence souls to see the value of choosing life over choosing nothing, and just whatever happens, happens? Or just choosing degradation because they just give up? Your soul knows what it chooses. Once you make that choice, start promoting it. Start advertising it. Start living it. Start freeing every human being from the bags of human beings on the hooks in the factory where nobody's awake and it's just a factory of something really gross. How do we wake up humanity? We start being role models for each other. And we'd be role models through an act of love, giving our heart to others, allowing others to experience the love from within our heart, igniting the love within their heart. And then again, they keep saying, trust us, trust us. We know it feels like you're getting squeezed and the life sucks squeezed out of you. You don't know what's going on. Just trust that everything is happening for a reason. Everything is in balance. Everything is correct. Just persevere and hang in there. It does get better. Because love is the prevailing force here. Love is the energy that is helping us ascend in the first place. Love is healing all things. Even if it feels like a chaos now, it is only because the structures are breaking down. And when the structures break down, we feel like all hell is breaking loose. But it has to be broken before it can be rebuilt into something far more beautiful and extraordinary. So trust that that is the future. They show me the cups of marbles. It was an illusion all along. Degradation or nothing, because the only cup, you could choose whichever cup and there's only one choice. It is only choice. It is always only that love prevails. Celebration. They're saying that I'm giving now another gift from in this video, this marble, this gift of planet Earth, with human beings celebrating across the globe. And so I'm handing it now to you, and then to you, and to you, to everybody. Everybody gets a marble today. So what are you going to do with it? How are you going to let it speak to you? They say if all you did today was just choose to be happy, and then choose to let your smile be seen by others, that is one way that you can ignite a wildfire of love across the globe. That's what they say. So that's all I have to share for this video. I'm relaxing for a minute and disconnecting from the energy, wisdom. All right. So thank you for watching. I hope this video inspires a positive message within you and positive influence. I have a feeling you already know this stuff. I have a feeling you already have a heart that feels, and a heart that can love, and a heart that understands, and a heart that sees beyond. So what do you do with that heart? How do you go further? How do you make a difference? That's the hardest part for us all, figuring out how we can make a difference. I decided to start making a difference last year just by simply making YouTube videos to share as best I could understand my life experiences, which were always weird. And through that, I started having self-discoveries about how I can help others through my spiritual abilities. And so you start making steps, and then you see how those steps manifest shifts and changes for you in your life. And you grow and you expand and you start influencing others positively. Just because you choose to be positive yourself, you choose to be genuine and loving and as best as you can, you know? So that's what I have to share. So thank you again for watching. If you're interested in interacting with me one-on-one, I do share psychic wisdom and spiritual healing at my website at abbynormalswisdomquest.com. Thank you for watching.